He was a great guy. He was a total family man. He loved his daughter. He lived for his daughter.
It's unimaginable that this happened to him.
37-year-old Paul Schmidt was stabbed and killed outside of Vancouver Starbucks Sunday morning. His family says he asked his attacker to stop vaping near his 3-year-old daughter. The toddler and Schmidt's fiancée watched him die.
People chose to videotape it and stand by and watch. That's the most difficult thing.
And that surprised you?
Very much.
Schmidt's parents, Kathy and Stan, say their grief is compounded exponentially because so many people have watched and shared their son's final, brutal moments.
We're really angry, disappointed in people that would post it. And it gets reposted. And the avenues that it gets posted on, Twitter or whatever, that it's allowed to go on there. Like it's a murder scene.
CBC is not showing the video of Schmidt's final moments. It's graphic and disturbing. His mom clicked on it by accident.
And once you see it, you can never unsee it. And it just rolls over in my mind over and over and over, so I can't even grieve my son because I have that image.
Alex Bodger took that video. He describes himself as an influencer and says he's obsessed with becoming famous on social media.
I find street fights pretty cool, so I ran up to take a video. Not really understanding the full grasp of what was happening, I continued to videotape.
He says he didn't initially post it online, rather shared it with the police and other bystanders. But when he saw it was getting many views, he retweeted it.
It really didn't register until the next morning. And so in the moment, it was like, holy crap, I just witnessed this. I didn't fully understand what I just witnessed. And the next morning I woke up, the screams are playing through my head.
Bodger has been attacked online for taking and sharing the video, and he doesn't think people should be posting it anymore.
It is not doing anybody good anymore. At first it was, it blew up. Everybody knows what's going on now.
Schmidt's family members have been calling social media companies to remove the video.
For it still to be out there, that's the problem. We've asked Twitter to take it down. We've got people, family members that are working day and night, just reporting and deleting and reporting and deleting. That's all they're doing to try and get this stopped.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Please take the video down. Please don't watch it. It's horrific. It's brutal. It's hurtful. Just stop posting it. Stop looking at it. And let us be in peace.
Yeah.
Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Vancouver.
There has been a great deal of discussion about what the bystanders in this situation did and didn't do. Fuyuki Kurosawa is an associate professor at York University's sociology department. He's in our Toronto studio. So we just heard from the teenager who took the video. There's also someone in that video sitting at a table throughout the stabbing. What does that say to you about how people and groups react to traumatic events?
Well, I think it's the unpredictability of the reactions that people may have, which is to say that we don't know ourselves individually or even collectively how we would confront or react to a situation that is traumatic or violent in front of our own eyes. There's many different responses ranging from fear to indifference to a sense of shock. There may also be, for some people, a sense of really disbelief at what they're seeing because an event such as that is violent, where it results in the loss of life in front of oneself, is very difficult to believe. And part of it is also that we've all witnessed, whether it be through fiction, via movies, television shows, acts of violence. We've also seen them on social media platforms. So we are have built a certain immunity to it. And at the same time, when we see something that is actually happening in front of our own eyes, a flesh and blood event, it can be even more shocking because we have had the luxury of seeing these events through screens and even in some instances as purely fictional events. I'm reminded of the disbelief that people had when 9/11 occurred and the fact that they believed that it was a movie and kept saying that. Even eyewitnesses on the ground in Manhattan were saying that. So that's a very striking phenomenon that occurs when a traumatic, extremely violent event occurs.
There's some people who worry that society is changing, that social media and cell phone cameras are creating a generation of people who take videos instead of getting involved. Do you think we are changing?
Well, I think that if you look at the history of the use of media, whether it be photography, documentary, film, and so on, there's a long history of people and tradition of people taking photographs or being eyewitnesses to events in order to record them and then pass them on to others. So that phenomenon in and of itself is not new. What perhaps is new now is that individual users who have their own social media feeds and followers and who can deem themselves or want to be seen as influencers are interested in broadcasting this to gain clout and further followers. And it's the fact that also these broadcasts are instantaneous. They can even happen in live fashion, and they can be spread very, very quickly across the web, across the internet through social media platforms. So that is something which is distinctive today.
Yeah, really interesting to consider whether there are parallels between the old-style press photographers and social media influencers. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.